Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naranjaiva
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim
Devin
Saraswati
Saraswati
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavate
Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naistiki
Bhaktim
Uttin
Bhagavate
Bhavati Naistuki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 4, text number 15. 2, 4, 15. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Process of Creation. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Yat-kīrtanam, yat-smaraṇaṁ, yad-īkṣaṇaṁ.
Yat-kīrtanam, yat-smaraṇaṁ, yad-īkṣaṇaṁ.
Yad-vandanaṁ, yac-chravaṇaṁ, yad-arhaṇam.
Yad-vandanaṁ, yac-chravaṇaṁ, yad-arhaṇam.
Lokasya sadyo vidhunoti kalmaṣaṁ.
Lokasya sado vidhunoti kalmaṣaṁ.
Tasmai subhadra-śravase namo namaḥ.
Tasmai subhadra-śravase namo namaḥ.
Word by word meaning. Please repeat again me. Yad.
Yat.
Whose.
Whose.
Kīrtanam.
Kīrtanam.
Glorification.
Glorification.
Yad.
Yat.
Whose.
Whose.
smaraṇam.
Smaraṇam.
Remembrance.
Remembrance.
Yad.
Yat.
Whose.
Whose.
īkṣaṇam.
īkṣaṇam.
Audience.
Audience.
Yad.
Yat.
Whose.
Whose.
vandanam.
Vandanam.
Prayers.
Prayers.
Yad.
Yat.
Whose.
Whose.
śravaṇam.
śravaṇam.
Hearing about.
Hearing about.
Yad.
Yat.
Whose.
Whose.
arhaṇam.
Arhanam.
Worshipping.
Worshipping.
Lokasya.
Lokasya.
Of all people.
Of all people.
sadyaḥ.
Sadyaḥ.
Forthwith.
Forthwith.
vidhunoti.
Vidhunoti.
Specifically cleanses.
Specifically cleanses.
kalmaṣaṁ.
Kalmaṣam.
Effects of sins.
Effects of sins.
tasmai.
Tasmai.
Unto him.
Unto him.
subhadra.
Subhadra.
All auspiciousness. All auspicious.
All auspicious.
śravase.
Śravase.
One who is heard.
One who is heard.
namaḥ.
Namaḥ.
My due obeisances.
My due obeisances.
namaḥ.
Namaḥ.
Again and again.
Again and again.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavinda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. Let me offer my respectable obeisances
Let me offer my respectable obeisances
unto the all-auspicious Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa,
unto the all-auspicious Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa,
about whom
about whom
glorification,
glorification,
remembrances,
audience,
prayers,
prayers,
hearing, and worship can at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer.
all sins of the performer.
Purport. The sublime form of religious performance to free oneself from all reactions of sins is suggested herein by the greatest authority, Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Kīrtanam, or glorifying the Lord, can be performed in very many ways, such as remembering, visiting temples to see the deity, offering prayers in front of the Lord, and hearing recitations of glorification of the Lord mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. Kirtanam can be performed both by singing the glories of the Lord in accompaniment with melodious music and by recitation of scriptural like Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. The devotee need not be disappointed in the physical absence of the Lord. Though they may think of not being associated with Him, the devotional process of chanting, hearing, remembrance, etc., either all or some of them, or even one of them, can give us the desired result of associating with the Lord by discharging the transcendental loving service of the Lord in the above manner. Even the very sound of the holy name of the Lord Krishna or Rama can at once surcharge the atmosphere spiritually. We must know definitely that the Lord is present wherever such pure transcendental service is performed, and thus the performer of offenseless kirtanam has positive association with the Lord. Similarly, remembrance and prayers also can give us the desired result if they are properly done under the expert guidance. One should not concoct forms of devotional service. One may worship the form of the Lord in a temple, or one may impersonally offer the Lord devotional prayers in a mosque or a church. One is sure to give free from the reactions of sins, provided one is very careful about not committing sins willingly in expectation of getting free from the reactions by worshipping in the temple or by offering prayers in the church. This mentality of committing sins willfully on the strength of devotional service is called namabalat yasyahi papa buddhihi, and it is the greatest offense in the discharge of devotional service. Hearing, therefore, is essential in order to keep oneself strictly on guard against such pitfalls of sins. And in order to give special stress to the hearing process, the Goswami invokes all auspicious fortune in this matter. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulmunidam Yana Tasmai Śrī Guruve Namaḥ Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashasha Tesha Dharani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna. So this is the continuation of the previous sloka we discussed, that Sukadeva Goswami, when Parishit Maharaj asked the question to Sukadeva Goswami, tell me about the process of creation. So he was about to tell, and what he was saying before telling that, he is remembering the Lord and he is glorifying the Lord. Because of the Lord, all the creation belongs to the Lord. So, but what he is doing first he is worshipping the Lord, he is invoking the Lord's presence there, and he is invoking the Lord's blessings so that he can explain properly. So in this sloka, he is explaining what he is saying, that he is saying that let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all auspicious Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. He is giving the respectful obeisances to the Lord, and he is saying that glorification of the Lord, remembrance of the Lord, audience of the Lord, prayers of the Lord, hearing about the Lord, and worship can what all this are the different ways of different devotional service, what it will do, at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer. So the person who is doing all of this activity, or some of this activity, or any one of this activity, if they do, it will definitely take to the desired result. But very many people will say that, okay, I am doing only this chanting, I am doing only this temple worship, I'm only doing the devotional activities, but I'm not getting the taste, I'm not able to get the connection with the Lord. So that thing we should not expect, that's what Prabhupada is explaining in the purport. We should not expect anything while chanting the holy name of the Lord, while doing the devotional service. Okay, I'm doing this for the Lord. Lord is going to give back this thing to me. We should not. Even we don't want to ask bhakti also from the Lord. So we just, whatever the activities we are doing towards the Lord, that activity automatically the Lord will reciprocate, because Lord is there in everywhere. So even as a Paramatma, he is sitting in our heart always. And he is the impersonal way, he is spreaded all over the places. So when you are calling the Lord with love, then automatically the chanting the holy name of the Lord or doing the kirtan about the Lord names, so that definitely Lord will be satisfied with that. So when the Lord will satisfy, because since he is in our heart as a Paramatma, he knows that what is our mentality while doing the chanting or while doing the kirtan. If you wanted to please somebody, okay, if I do the kirtan, if I did some action on the chanting of the holy name in front of the others, so they will glorify me and I will get the glorification of all the attention come to me, and they will sing that, they will tell that I am the great devotee. So those kind of glorification, if you are expecting, then it is the wrong way of doing the devotional service. So devotional service we need to do without any expectation and without any aparadha. So the chanting the holy name of the Lord, there are three kind of stages are there. The first stage is nama aparadha. The second stage is nama bas, and the third stage is Suddha Nama. So the first stage, nama aparadha. So chanting the holy name of the Lord with offenses. So what are all the offenses? We already, before chanting the holy name of the Lord, we are reciting the 10 different varieties of offenses. So the offenses towards the holy name. So we are thinking that it is if you closely watch, the offenses, it is talking about our mentality only. It won't talk about anything, okay, you should not pronounce in this way. It's not about the pronunciation. The offenses in the name of our mentality. One is, we should not blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives. And we should not think the demigods like Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to or independent in the name of Lord Vishnu. And we should not disobey the spiritual master's order. So this all the things which is always, it is the core part of this aparatha, it is our mentality. We should not imagine that, we should not think that this is whatever all these people are saying, it is just an imagination. Let me do some experiment by chanting whether it is changing or not. The challengeful mode we should not do. And we should not think that, okay, if I do the chanting, all of my sins will go. So let me do. In that mood also we should not do. We should not expect anything. So this is there is a 10 offenses. But every day we are reciting, we are remembering ourselves that we should not do all these 10 offenses. So initially it is not possible to do without, because in the last offense, what is the last offense? The 10th offense, it is said that it is also an offense to be chanting inattentively. So in the present day, the inattentive chanting is getting more and more, because we have so much of distraction in the form of TV, in the form of laptop, in the form of mobile, and in the form of entertainments, many entertainments, games, sports, many things. So yes, maybe some 30-40 years back, many of the disturbances were not there. Only within their family they will be there. So the concentration would be more to chant the holy name of the Lord. So now in the present day, there are so many distractions to chant the holy name of the Lord. That is the reason the chanting the holy name of the Lord we have to do early in the morning. So that's the reason we are saying all the devotees who are very serious in bhakti, who wanted to progress in bhakti, they have to complete their chanting within the morning time itself. Before going to taking care of any other activities, before 7 o'clock, they have to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, they have to complete their chanting, 16 rounds of chanting. Then they have to go for the regular activity. Since we are doing the sadhana bhakti, initially the aparadhas may be there. So that is the reason the first first kind of chanting, the variety of chanting is nama aparadha. Means with the aparadhas we will chant. So once we enoughly we hear from the pure devotees and reading Srimad Bhagavatam, reading and hearing, through this process, that understanding will slowly our consciousness will change. That automatically it will happen. But the only thing is we need the enthusiasm we need to have the desire to progress in bhakti, and we need the enthusiasm to do this activity, devotional activities. So hearing about the Lord and reading about the Lord, automatically it will change our perspective about towards the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Then so slowly it will, from the nama aparata, then we will move to nama bas. That means nama aparata means offensive chanting. Then nama bas means offenseless chanting. So we will move to offensive chanting to offenseless chanting. So the offenseless chanting, in the sense, we may not be able to remember the Lord, or we may not be able to hear the holy name properly, but we will have, since we reading, we heard, and we are the offenses we know, then what we will do? We'll first think that, okay, let me not do any of these aparadas. So offenses, let me not do any of these offenses, so that I can get into the next level. So that mood we will come. So that stage is called nama bas. So we won't do any offenses. So once we are doing the nama bas, that place without doing any offenses, then automatically our concentration will go on the Supreme Lord, and we can concentrate the names of the Lord. Whatever we are chanting, we can focus completely. So the normal person who started, the neophyte devotees, when they chanting the holy name of the Lord, it is said that they can hear only 25 to 30 mantras only they can hear. Even though we are chanting 108, only 25 to 30 mantras they can hear fully. Remaining time, our mind will go here and there, because of our some distractions. So that is the reason that stage, we need to cross those stages, and we need to fully concentrate, fully focus on the Lord's names. That once we come into the stage, that is the Suddhanam stage. That is the last stage of this Nama, standing the holy name of the Lord. That is the last stage, but it is Suddhanam. That means pure chanting. That means the pure chanting, in the sense, the chanting and our fully consciousness on the chanting only. That is Suddhanam. So we need to reach that stage. So currently we may be in the Nama Aparata stage, or we may be in the Nama Bas stage. So don't worry for that. Okay, I'm not able to chant the holy name of the Lord clearly, or without any offenses, or without purely I'm not able to do. Not necessary, because these are the stages. But the stage when we can check, when we can progress in the stages, when we can move from one stage to another stage, when we hear, when we chant, when we do the reading, when we do the kirtan, when we do the other devotional activities. So the activities which are related to the devotion, then only we can move from that one stage to another stage. So just I'm chanting, okay, I don't remaining all the time, I have some other activities I need to spend on this and that material activities, then that connectivity won't happen, the change won't happen immediately, the result won't happen immediately. So that is the reason, as much such we need to remember the Lord. So even if you are busy with the whole day, in between we definitely will get some breaks. So in that breaks, you just remember the Lord, you just hear, you read one or two slogas. So that way, even though you are in the office, even though you are doing the busy work at a kitchen or outside, you can definitely you can connect. At least, even though you are not able to read, you are not able to hear, but at a particular time, at least you can chant the holy name in your mind. You can remember the Lord in your mind. Because morning itself, we are discussing all those morning. Every day we are discussing the one sloka from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever we discuss today, that can be contemplated in our mind the whole day. Because that is the reason we are discussing every day the Bhagavatam every day in the morning. So why this consciousness, to cleanse our consciousness and focus on the bhakti. So for that, we are discussing the sloka today, every day morning. So every day morning, there is one point. The key point may be each sloka has one specific key point. So we need to contemplate on that key point. So are we applying that in our life, and how to apply? If we are not applying, how to apply? If we are in the halfway, how to fulfill that? all those condemnation should go in the whole day, so that we ourselves make ourselves enthusiasm in the bhakti. If you are hearing and if you are leaving, okay, after 7 o'clock, let me fully on the material, I forget the devotional activities. That means it won't work. It won't work means it will take a long time to get the taste for chanting the holy name of the Lord. In order to get the taste, we need to, means periodically in the day, even in the one day, we need to connect with the Lord. We need to remember the Lord. Any of these activities, just remembering the remembrance, prayers, hearing, worship, all those things we can do. So sometimes myself, when I'm going to office, if I go to office, I may not be able to attend the aratis and all, the darshan aratis. So what I will do, I will, while riding the bike itself, I sing those songs and I will go. And while riding the bike, I will do the kirtan, I will go. So this is, anyway, we are wearing the helmet and we are singing, and we ourselves will feel something, some connection between us and the Lord. So this is the way we can utilize the time, even though we are riding the bike, even though you are doing the something, utilize the time for hearing or singing about the Lord, kirtan, do the kirtan, do something, some connectivity should be there with the Lord. So in that way, we can effectively use the time. And whenever you get the breaks, chant the holy name of the Lord and hear about Him. Read 1 or 2 slokas. So you should not that, okay, I will read in the evening only. Once I come back, I will read at that time only. No, you can have, now, earlier it is not possible to bring the books there. There's so many in the form of books only. Now everything is available in the on the internet. So you can use your mobile phone. There itself you can read any one of the sloka. You can browse and you can read any one of the sloka and you hear any of the lecture. So daily it should be there. Reading and hearing along with the chanting, it should be there every day. Because here Prabhupada is saying that any one of them, if you firmly catch hold, automatically that will give the same effect. But that is correct. But for us, even though we are catching hold of only chanting, but in order to get the taste, the remembrance and the chanting the holy name of the Lord, along with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, we need to hear enough and we need to read enough so that we can firm on that. Because we are not the pure devotees. We are, so that just I'm doing the chanting, I can progress, because we are not pure. So in order to cleanse ourselves, we need to do other activities. We need to add other activities also. So there are 9 processes of devotional service are there. Śravaṇam, kīrtanam, Vishnu Swaranam, Pada Sevanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Atmanivadanam. There are 9 processes. These are. So in the 9 processes, we can, any of the 2 or 3 processes, if you follow, automatic. But if you catch only one, okay, I'm catching only one, that will also take you to give the desired result. If you follow 9 also, it will give the desired result. If you follow 4, 5 also, it will give the desired result. But that thing, if you doing it one, that you need to do enthusiastically, with the full consciousness towards Krishna, then it will give that similar effect. Otherwise, you won't see the effect. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he was saying in the famous Siksha-ashtakam, the first text itself, Cheto darpana marjanam bhava maha davagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vidharanam vitya vadu jivanam anandambudi vardhanam pradipadam purnamirda swadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Śrī Kṛṣṇa sankīrtanam. So what he is saying that glory to the Śrī Kṛṣṇa Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life. So the very first sloka itself, it is Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is glorifying Śrī Kṛṣṇa Sankirtana movement. The Sankirtana means the chanting the holy name of the Lord. And doing the kirtan. So this Sankirtana movement, what it is doing, it is cleansing the heart, and what is the dust accumulated for years and extinguish. And what it is doing is extinguish the fire of conditional life. So the fire of conditional life is like a forest fire. So the conditional life, if you see the materialistic people who are not in the devotion, if you see them, their life, it is apathetic. They may go running behind the sense gratification, they may running behind money, they are running behind sense gratification like eating, by seeing, and they wanted to hear. So all this, any of the one senses, it may dominated on for them, and they may running behind that only. The people who are not in the devotional activity. So that is the materialistic fire. There is a kind of a forest fire. Forest fire cannot be extinguished by just a bucket of water or a glass of water. Forest fire need to be extinguished means it need to be rain. Then only the forest fire will be extinguished. So that kind of fire, so it is there in our condition life. So how to extinguish that fire? So by doing the glories of the Śrī Kṛṣṇa Sankirtana. So that will, what it will do, it will cleanse the heart, and whatever the dust accumulated in that, because of our contaminated way, dust accumulated. So the dust means it is not a physical dust, it is a kind of subtle way. It is said that there is a covering in our heart, so that we are not able to release the devotional activities, we are not able to glorify enough, we are not able to remember the Lord enoughly. So when we doing the kirtan, when we doing the chanting the holy name of the Lord again and again, then automatically what it will do, it will cleanse the heart, and it will remove the dust accumulated for the years, and will be pure enough, and it will extinguish the fire of conditioned life. And what is the conditioned life fire? Repeated birth and death. It will stop the repeated birth and death. So that much power it has that. So it is people in Hindi, it used to say that naam se dam tak. That means with the name you can reach dam, till dam you can go. So to dam means Goloka Vrindavan is a dam. So naam se dam. So just chanting in Kali Yuga, chanting the holy name of the Lord is enough. That will take us from naam to just a name. It will take us to reach the higher destination, spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavana. So just the continuing of this bhakti, it required first enthusiasm and desire to progress. So if you have that taste, then automatically, if you have this too, automatically the taste will come. How the taste will come? By doing the reading the scriptures, hearing about from the pure devotees, and doing the kirtan. Kirtan maybe it is chanting the whole chanting or singing for the Lord. So in this way we can progress in bhakti. So every devotees, please contemplate this point. Whatever the points we are discussing, contemplate yourself, because whatever we are doing, whatever we are hearing, everything it is for the how to progress in bhakti. So every day we need to think, how can I progress in the next level? So we may be, like I said, we may be in the different levels, but we don't want to worry about that. Okay, I become that small boy. He is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Who is studying in school? He is chanting the holy name of the Lord purely, but I am not able to do. I became a this much big person. So we don't want to worry about that, because each and every devotee, the time, that the mercy of the Lord, maybe it may come differently. So it is said that when you are able to chant the holy name of the Lord, it is not that the Lord's mercy will come late. It is kind of a Lord's mercy is like a light. So it's a darkness. If before the light comes, it is entirely it's a darkness. So as long as the light come immediately, when the chanting the holy name of the Lord, it is equal to the light. When light come, immediately the darkness will go off. It is not that it will take years together, then the darkness will go off. It is not like that. So we don't want to worry about that. That person is doing the devotional activities from childhood. I am started now itself. We don't want to worry about that, because when we started chanting, the light will come immediately. So the light may come 10 years back, the light may come now. So there is no difference, because light came, so the darkness went away. So immediately darkness will go off. When you do the chanting the holy name of the Lord sincerely, immediately the darkness will go off. So we don't want to compare, okay, 10 years, 15 years bhakti, I am doing 1 year bhakti, so what will do? So you don't want to compare years together. But how much affectionately, how much with love, how much with desire, how much with concentration, how much with consciousness, we are doing the chanting the holy name of the Lord, we are doing the devotional activities, that much progress we can make in bhakti. So I would request all the devotees to focus on reading, hearing, and chanting, so that we can get into the next level, and all the effects of sins will go off, so that we can chant the holy name, we can glorify the Lord in a clear manner. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.